We
Okay,
got it.
now be back
Okay.
momentarily.
Sounds good. I will tap dance until you return. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. You are tuned in to the Pedals and Leather podcast. I'm your co host, Stretch002, and Flower Child 567 will be with us in just a couple minutes. She is currently doing a sound and visual check for us. Yep, we're at that part where we check the tech. We don't change things on our end, but you never know these days with technology what is going to happen. And so we're just making sure that you get to see what we want you to see and that you can hear us crystal clear and just fine. So that's where we're at now. If you're watching live, thank you so much for being here. We're so glad you joined us. It'll just be a minute or two and we'll get rolling. And if you're watching this on replay, feel free to go ahead and fast forward a couple of minutes here until we get started in earnest. If you look around, you'll see that we are still in my Calisan. This is one of my favorite houses that I've built. It might be my favorite that I've constructed, although it's tough. I've got this really fun roller coaster house too that I'll have to see someday. It's a hoot.
Clomp,
But yeah,
clomp,
we're heading to
clomp,
Calisan.
clomp.
Hey, I heard a herd of elephants. I can't even do an elephant sound. I was gonna try an elephant sound. Can't do it. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, sound is good. Everything checked out. And
All right.
uh, Edible Dandy, hello, welcome back. It's too much for me. But the herd of elephants is too much for
Hey.
you. Anyways,
You were not loud that time at all. I didn't hear you coming back at all. You're getting sneakier,
I'm getting sneakier. You only hear me when I do a vocal, huh? When I do a vocal
right?
clomp
When you
clomp.
decide to do it. Yeah, when you decide, yeah, when you do a clomp clomp, or oh, my chair went away. Or if you decide to do something. It's so funny. Like, oh, just taking
It's
ninja lessons. This is very
I'm
sloppy.
taking
Put a better
ninja. I
stance there.
am a ninja. What do you mean taking?
Right? So silent. You'll never hear
All
it
right.
coming. There we go.
I got us all queued up visually. Look at that. Did you tell them that we're in your home, your gorgeous home with the
Yes, of course. I've
waterfall?
gushed about the Calisan. I'm like, the Calisan. It really is, I think, my favorite build. The
Calasan.
roller coaster is a close second, but I really am fond of this house.
Hey, and I gotta
Yeah.
say something. For those of you out there that aren't even involved whatsoever with Elder Scrolls Online, because clearly we are doing our podcast from a game, Elder Scrolls
Right.
Online, here, sitting here with our avatars, two little wood elves, all fancied up for you. Usually we're pretty dirty and basic looking, but
We're
we're
adventuring. It happens, in caves and
yeah,
swamps.
yeah, yeah, we're out there eating bugs. Well, no, not really eating them, but anyway, so
Squishing them.
here we are, squishing them. And so I just wanted to, I got another message from a viewer. This came through as just one of the instant messages through Twitch with a complaint. Really, if you're a
Okay.
podcast, you should be showing your real faces. We should be able to see you. So I thought we'd start off by addressing that once again for our concerned viewers who aren't seeing a face. I'm not sticking my tongue out at you right now, flipping you off. What I'm doing is I'm sitting prim and proper as a sweet little wood elf, and you're hearing my voice. Isn't that all that matters? The presence. The presence. So
Right, the presence. You're not going to see the radio people's faces.
you're not going to
Or
see
like the
them.
podcast on
Yeah.
iTunes. Not going to see them. It's too much
Yeah.
work, you guys. I don't want to see, I don't want to have to regulate my appearance on a camera or worry about the lighting or what kind of facial expressions I'm making because I make really dumb facial expressions. I did,
No, I
this is
bet you
a tangent,
don't.
but I
I
did
bet you're
a,
hilarious.
you got to look me up on some of my book interviews when I've done like an audiobook interview with the author. I'll do like a live
Okay.
reading, and when I change characters, my expression changes. And I didn't know that happened until I did, this is a couple years back. I did my first couple of them. They're like, you make some really crazy faces. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh my God. I
So
think
funny.
what you need to do is post those URL links into our Instagram account. That would be fun. And I know I'm
That
not
is
speaking
funny.
only for me, but that would be a cool thing to put in there. Me,
Mm. All right, I'll think about that.
I think, don't think too hard. Don't think too hard. I mean, you don't really have
They've
a
got access
brain
to
in
my real
that
name on our
head.
about page, right? Just type that into YouTube. It'll show right up.
Oh my God, don't put the work on me. I'm looking at your empty skull, so I don't want you
Oh,
to
right,
hurt that
yes.
and break it by thinking, overthinking too much. But
There's a tiny walnut in there that's powering everything. You don't want to disturb it.
eh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. That's a tiny walnut, a little residual nibble of brain powder sitting in there.
Right,
Oh,
just a
that's kind of
teeny bit. You make it
gross.
threes. The zombies want it. It's delicious.
The zombie. Ew, that's disgusting.
Right.
I
So
don't
now
want to
we
hear.
usually open the podcast by me asking you what you're looking forward to this week. If you fast forward from now till next podcast, what's on
Oh,
your
what I'm
plate
looking
of good
forward to.
things?
On my plate of good things. Well, okay, so Saturday, for the people who bought my art book for now, I'm giving them a 4-hour art workshop based on the techniques, one of the techniques in that book. So I,
Wow.
I don't have a hugely big class. There's going to be only 7 of us, but then that includes me, so 6 and me. But still, I'm very appreciative that those 6 people bought the book off of that marketing buy and get this free workshop. So
Yeah,
that
that's
was
really
so
neat.
I'm looking forward to that because I'm going live and I'm going off of whatever they're telling me and asking me to do based on what's in the book. So I have nothing planned. Usually I have resources all pulled around me. And so it's going to be a real, like, on the spot, kind of spontaneous workshop. That's what I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
because you're
to.
gonna have to react to what they're gonna ask. That's so fun though that you get that
Hmm.
interaction with them.
Yeah,
Like how
yeah. I'm
often?
putting the power in their hands. What do you want? What do you want to know? What do you want to
Yeah,
create? Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it's neat that you
So.
get to have that connection because I'll do an audiobook and people will listen and I never talk to anybody about it. No one ever. I basically am peeing in the ocean with my art, whereas here you get to connect with somebody,
You're
actually
peeing in
talk to
the
them and
ocean. That's
show
very
them.
descriptive.
Yeah,
Oh my
like it gives me
God.
a warm feeling, but really doesn't make any difference. You pee in the
One
ocean. It's
one day I'm going to shock you and I'm going to respond to you as one of your characters saying one of his like normal lines
that
or and you're going to be going,
would be
"What?"
funny. That does
Yeah,
remind me, but have you
totally.
gotten any farther in Pax Machina?
I have not much farther. I'm only in chapter 4. It's slow going for me because with all the heat, I wasn't cooking very much. So
Oh, sure.
yeah, so I've slowed down. But
Yeah,
I'll
no
tell you
worries.
what, I'm going to I'm going to recommend it right now to everybody to get the audible book. Go to audiobooks.com and get that book. It's well worth it. I'm so enjoying it and I'm really honestly shocked at how many voices you do in each chapter.
Thank you. That was a really challenging part. In one chapter, I think I did 14 different characters. It was absolutely
That
crazy.
is that's shock.
I'd
That's
have
not
sticky
I have
notes all around me telling me like who they are because I was like, who's that
oh
person?
my
What is that
God.
guy?
Oh my
It's like,
God.
it's too
Yeah.
many. 14. I'm just like,
Wow.
ugh. But yeah. So thanks for listening.
14.
That's fun. I want to check in. So that sounds
Oh no,
amazing. You get to connect with
I'm
your
gonna keep you.
students. You got 4 hours with them. Is that right? It's a 4 hour like webinar.
4-hour workshop. Yeah, 9 a.m. until
Wow.
1 p.m. So you can think of me
Wow.
in the studio creating,
Oh, that's so
you
fun. I
know.
love that. I can't wait to hear about it
Yeah.
next week. You have to tell us how it went.
Honey Backed Woods asked if we have a account on TikTok, and I think we do, don't we? But I never post to it.
We do,
Do
but I
we have
can't
a,
figure out how to log into it.
we don't know how to work it.
We're
We're
old.
social media inept.
Part of yeah, for sure. We don't have a lot of content to post on there. We pretty much show up here on Twitch and do this podcast once a week and we do our role play and that's pretty much it. I mean, we'll
That's
go
pretty
post some
much
stuff
it.
when it's relevant. But like we're
I
not
I
we're
have
not doing
oh
this professionally or trying to develop some huge following. We're just having fun together and hope that you, the audience, enjoy it too.
Yeah, and the big thing in addition to Twitch is taking the video from Twitch, downloading it onto my computer, and uploading it to our
Yes,
YouTube
you're amazing to
channel.
put that on YouTube. Yeah, you're incredible for
Yeah,
archiving that on YouTube.
it's and some of them are
I think
getting
that's great.
watched. Some of them are getting watched, and it's kind of when I see that there's like, why did 300 people watch that one? Or I think we had something like
Try to figure
900
out.
watching it. I'm like, why? What was so special about that podcast? And I have gone back and watched them, and I have to tell you
Oh,
the reason why. The reason why is because of us.
oh, good. Tell me again how great we are. Let's have it. I'm just kidding. So funny.
Anyways,
Seriously, though,
but
everybody,
yeah,
thanks for listening to us and watching us and commenting. We really appreciate it. It makes a big difference. Helps
it
keep
does
us
make
wanting
a
to
big
keep going.
difference. Yeah,
Yeah. What
exactly.
else you got
Yeah.
cooking this week? So you got a cool workshop, art workshop. I love that you get to live and breathe your art. That's amazing. What else you
Well,
got
the other
cooking?
Well, I have gone back to officially gone back to our novel,
Oh,
Petals
wow. Right on.
Petals and Leather, the
Are you
novel. I'm
editing?
back.
Are you,
Back into
yeah, what are you
editing.
doing?
Yeah, I'm in the
Oh,
editing
wow.
process. Book one is completely done. So this is four books in one book. So basically seasons. Or I don't know. I may not call it seasons, but I might call it something like section one, no, season one, season two, season
Fiction
three,
fun.
season
Yeah,
four.
sure.
I don't know what the hell to call
No,
them,
like
but
let's like four novellas. Would you say like there's four like
they're
separate things
novellas.
that all go together?
Yeah, yeah, that all go together,
Okay,
and it's sort of a yeah,
nice.
and they're novellas are short. They're not novels,
Yeah.
full length novels, which is like 72,000 words. Novellas can be anywhere from I don't know, 32,000 to like 54,000 words. And so my
Gotcha.
first one is kind of because I wasn't sure I was going to do it. It was just for fun. It was inspiration hit and I went with it. And then, so that one's not even a novella, I don't believe. That's why it was like, oh, I better do a book two. So maybe complete it. And then it just turned into the four books. But yeah, so I got one officially done. Two, I'm pretty sure is done. Three is almost done. And then, of course, I'll have four to do, but I'm slowly doing them. And some ink illustrations to go with them, some illustrations.
Wow,
So,
that's fun. Some illustrations too.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing. Are you doing the
yeah.
illustrations?
Hell no. No, I'm using Midjourney. So
Oh, okay, nice.
I feed it a prompt. I feed it the prompt, the
Giving
section
it
from
prompts.
the chapter, but that's going slow. And I really specify pen and ink only, pen and ink only, pen and ink, and sometimes
Nice. That's really smart.
it likes to do its own thing and get very dramatic with color and landscape. And I'm like, no, pen and ink. So
Pen and ink. I would offer to do the illustrations, but then your book would need to feature like stick figures with
that's
like
okay.
generic houses and stupid looking trees, because that's all I'm
That would be
capable of
totally okay.
on a
That would be
drawing
totally
perspective.
fun. It could be illustrated by Stretch or by Taran. I
Hilarious.
mean, that'd be
That's so
adorable.
funny.
Special
How
illustrations
fun though that
provided
you're
by
illustrating with
Taran.
it. I want to see some of those. You have to put some of those
Yeah,
up on our TikTok.
our
I'm just
TikTok.
kidding. I don't know how
There
to
you
log into
go.
that.
Now,
Maybe put it on
have you?
Instagram. I know how to use the Insta, so maybe put it on our Instagram if you're in the mood to
Oh,
share one later. That's fun.
someone is tired of our banter. What's the plan for today?
Oh, you're tired of the banter already. Hey, we've got some heavy topics today because
We
so
actually
I'll give you
do.
a preview. We won't hit it yet, but we'll give you a preview. One of the things I'm going to talk about is pressure, because last week I talked
Fresh.
about how the game was putting pressure on me and how I was reacting to it and understanding the waves of pressure and the waves of respite and how I could relate that to my real life. So we're going to be talking about that a lot because I had an injury the very next day and I'm dealing with that. And then I want to talk a little bit too about things that we cut out of our life to add space for other things. And I've done that recently with really good results, and I want to share what that is. And you had a good topic, Flower. Do you want to share your topic?
Yeah, the home. I would like to talk about home, houses, where we grow up, when we let go of them, when we move, what our forever home is, what a temporary home is, you know, the mentality, the psychology that our whole home base actually has on us. And I thought it would be nice to take a look at that if we may, if time
Yeah, for
allows
sure.
us. And that kind of ties into the whole pressure thing too, I think.
It really does. Yeah, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
especially in my life right now, because you know what I'm going through. We might as well just hit on that first. Should we just start right there? Just get rolling right into it? Why not?
Sure. Sure. I'm
So
ready.
this topic kind of came about, everybody, because I'm in the process of selling a property and buying a property that is would be considered like my forever home. I'm at the age where I could consider living there forever until they carry me out. And I've never had a forever home. I've had properties that I've owned before, but I haven't lived there that long, and we'll talk about that. Anyway, long story
What
short, it's brought up a
constitute
lot of
Wait,
like
what
latent emotions.
constitutes a
Yeah, go ahead.
forever home? What constitutes a forever home? Is there a number of years, or do we know what that
Ah,
means?
that's a good
So,
question.
yeah.
I think it probably
Anyways,
means
I'm
different things
sorry.
to everybody. No, you're good.
Yeah.
For me, a forever home would indicate that when you move there, you're intending to stay there forever. Maybe you don't actually get to, but it's a place where you can envision yourself living the rest of your life, and that
Right. Okay. That's what
I
I
don't
think
know,
too.
like rejuvenates your spirit and brings you comfort and the things that you would hope home would do for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead. Anyway, I was just expressing why this kind of came up. The property had to be clean, so I was out there doing stuff with it yesterday and brought up a lot of emotions. The house has I've had it for 14 years. It's has a lot of meaning to me, that particular neighborhood, and I'll be relocating to a different city where I don't know anybody. And so, yeah, I was just dealing with those feelings and those emotions that have kind of led us into a short talk about home. And we're like, we got to say this for the podcast. We can't talk about it.
I
So why don't
know.
you
I
share
know.
your
Well,
situation, Tom? Why don't you share what
well, no.
what you're
It,
doing?
yeah. I mean, listening to you talk and share, because you hadn't used the word pressure until today, when you were talking about everything, and then you brought up the whole concept of pressure in life, in different areas of your life. And it's like, but
Yeah,
home does present a huge pressure, because you're moving, and
yeah.
anybody and everybody who has moved, which everyone listening to this podcast, I think,
I'm
have
sure they've
moved.
all had to
They've
move,
moved.
right?
If you haven't moved, move. No. um but what it
Get moving.
Get moving, man. Get out of that rut. But there's we have different types of homes, don't we? We have our childhood home, and that I look at childhood home as, because of my childhood, which wasn't a negative. It had its ups and downs, but it wasn't traumatic, so to speak. So I look at it as it's my sanctuary. When I think of my childhood home, I think of my origin, my sanctuary, the environment, the home. I lived there 18 years, the longest I've ever lived any place in my
Yeah,
life, and what that meant for me, and how it allowed me, that sanctuary allowed me to become who I am. It nourished me. It nourished my character. It nourished my behavior, maybe. It nourished my outlook on life, because I had such a comfortable existence. Now, it wasn't without its drama. Family drama sucks. It wasn't without that. But
yeah.
in my own, my own familial dysfunction, right? Because every family has dysfunction. And the person who
Right,
tells
of
me they
course.
don't, I think, is a liar, or they're really in denial. But
Right.
there's
If they
no
grew up on the
perfect.
set of Leave It to Beaver or Donna
That's
Reed.
right. Or Donna
Yeah.
Reed, yeah, or the Brady Bunch. Even they had a lot of problems, didn't they? But yeah, I mean, So that's one type of home, right? And we
Yeah,
cannot
for
wait to
sure.
leave our family home. We cannot wait to get out of that childhood home. And if it was a sanctuary, you just screwed yourself as soon as you fled away from it, you know. You
Yes.
know?
Now, see, I did want to flee from mine. So my upbringing was a lot more toxic, and home was never a safe place for me. So I was always trying to do extracurriculars, go out being about, go out in public, do shows, do something. And so I didn't have that experience. But becoming an adult, my homes became my sanctuary because once I was free from the family bonds, I was able to set up my own place and my own rules and my own environment, and they became a sanctuary for me. So that's interesting. I never reflect fondly on childhood home. I reflect fondly on places as an adult that I've lived.
Yeah, and I do too. I mean, I grew up in a household with incest. Okay. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
traumatic
Yeah,
on its own.
absolutely.
Not
That's
it
a
didn't happen
nightmare.
to me, but being a witness, being in the
Yeah, that's
environment
hellacious.
that affects you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as an adult, my homes were I'm a okay, so we talked about astrology once before, but I'm a Cancer, and anybody who's a Cancer, we have a twofold outlook on life, which I'm once you know this information, you go, yeah, that's totally me. A crab carries its shell, its home on its back, no matter where the crab goes.
Oh,
It can be
yeah, of
fine,
course.
And then, of course, I've got my gypsy heritage. So moving and going into a new home environment is
Oh,
like
wow,
cool.
that is so
You
apropos.
know, so a lot of movement in my life. I've lived in a lot of different places, a lot of different homes, but home as is my core. If I'm not grounded, if my home is not grounded and peaceful and loving and nurturing, everything in my life is totally messed up, totally messed up, you know?
It makes sense though, because you have to recharge at home. You've got to get your strength back at home. Feel like it's a place where we rest and relax. And for me, at least, it gets suited up before going out into the world. So yeah, if your home isn't settled,
Yeah,
of
and
course,
the other
you're
thing
grounded.
that you're talking about, right, where you're in a place where you're relocating again, that's a total disruption in your life. I don't care what anybody says, even if it's excitement,
Absolutely.
it's it's a major
Yeah,
disruption because it's an ending. Boom. It's an absolute ending of a
it
chapter
is.
of your life. And what does that
That is
mean
true.
for you? What are you letting go of? What are you leaving behind you? Because you're going to a new residence, a new number address, maybe even a new phone number, although today we get to take our phone numbers with us, but
Right.
your
But yeah, it's
credentials
all new.
are changing.
Yeah.
So, and then you're
It's
going
so
in,
weird.
yeah.
The part that's really strange for me is I've moved a lot. Like I tend to move every 4 years, maybe 5 years tops, even in places that I owned. And but I've always lived in the same about 10 to 15 mile radius. So I've always lived in this kind of suburby area. There's like 3 or 4 cities around here that I've lived in, but we're all real close to each other. I still go to the same Target. I still go to the same Alberts, you know what I mean? Like the same grocery stores, they didn't change. I just changed the house. But
Wow,
this
yeah.
move, I'm moving somewhere completely different. No point of reference, no past experience, no social connections. Yeah, where's the Trader Joe's? Where do I go for the dentist? Who's going to be my
Right.
doctor? Do I have a barber shop nearby? Who's the cell phone provider here? Can I get the internet in this house? So many things you got to figure
Yeah.
out just to live a regular life, right?
Yeah, it's a total disruption. Even though
Yeah,
you're like
it's I think
there's an ex go ahead, go ahead.
no, no, you go, you go.
Well, I was going to say, even though you have identified that your intention is you're going into your forever home, which that's so exciting right there. It's like the cherry on top. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
still have
absolutely.
to, yeah, you still have to you have to begin again. You have to begin again with the unknown. I'm going to put the intention, this is my forever home. But what if I get in here and I go, this sucks? I went
Right?
out.
There's that fear, right? Do I need to move back here? Yeah, am I going to come back here in 3 years? Like, that was terrible. What a horrible idea. That would feel so defeated. So there's pressure there, right? Like, I want to pick the right house, make
Hmm.
sure it's the right location. Is this really sustainable? It's a lot of pressure. And then, of
A
course, you
lot
got to
of
like the
pressure.
house, like the neighborhood, all that stuff. It's a lot.
And you're making a
Yeah,
big investment, you know? I mean, you're liquidating one
absolutely.
home to invest in another home. And that's and in today's market for housing, it's tough.
The market's
It's really
crazy.
tough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super tough.
Interest rates are soaring, the in California, because we're in California. In California, the
Yeah,
outrageously priced housing market is
it's
it's stupid.
ridiculous. It's
It's
absolutely
stupid.
ridiculous.
You look at it and you go, really? And homeowners, I live in a very affluent area, okay, and a lot of money's here. And which is really funny because I'm really poor, but a lot of money is here. And it's like people have not just the home they live in, oh, not just a second home. Oh, but a third home over there and a condo over there and maybe a house back here. They will have four and five houses and they're renting the other
Wow.
houses out. And just, you want to know what a rent in my tract of homes that I live in? I live in a little 500 house community right here at the beach. The
Okay.
housing rent, and this isn't on the sand, okay? This is not on the sand.
Okay.
And most places do not have a view of the sand, of the beach, okay? But 9,200 for a three-bedroom house.
Wow. That is fucking crazy. Sorry for cussing, but oh
90
my God, that's insane. That's crazy.
for a three
I'm out here
bedroom.
in the, that's wild to me. Because out here, I'm in an area where it's not affluent, but it's not bad. It's very middle of the road, but all around the edges, it's a little not great. And rent out here is, the mid twos, and that seems astronomical. I can't even fathom paying a $9,000 a month rent. That is
Could you? I
wild.
mean, isn't that stupid? And
I
then, oh,
can't
I
even
don't even want,
imagine.
so based on that, we're talking about homes and the pressure of home and the pressure of moving. We rent. We don't own our home here. We couldn't because we would be living in probably a $3 million home if we owned
That's
this.
just crazy. Yeah, and who's got that in the couch cushions, right? Like, it's
Yeah,
wild. Yeah, the housing pricing is ridiculous.
because what people don't realize is that price of the house you pay for and you're paying off your mortgage, but once a year you got that property tax rolling around,
Yeah, can you imagine the
and
property taxes on a $3 million house? It'd be about $30,000
no.
a year.
It
That's
would be, right?
crazy.
It'd be
Probably more
pretty
than a little more.
substantial. I
That
think, yeah.
1% is 30K on 3 million. So, little what
Yeah.
is out here, 110 to 125, I think is our property tax rate usually.
I don't know. It's beyond
And so
my
yeah,
brain. It's
fair.
beyond the digits of my
But
of my
you raise an
hands.
interesting point though, like, because it has crossed my mind to rent instead, because the prices are so high. I could sell this property and that will pay the rent for a really long time, right? But then I worry, hey, what's it going to look like in 10 years? What's the rent going to be
Well,
then?
that's it.
And so I'm like,
But see,
that doesn't
that's
seem
my
like a safe
pressure.
plan to,
Yeah,
right.
that's my pressure. I've never had my own home. I've been in long-term relationship where he owned the homes and I lived with him, but we never got
Okay, yeah.
married.
But that feels different
Uh,
though, right? Like that still doesn't feel like your thing.
It it wasn't mine to decorate or do what I wanted with, so that's the only
Yeah.
difference. But as a renter, it's not yours to do with as you want or to decorate because I live in white walls. I hate white walls. I hate
Right, of
white walls,
course.
you know. And
But you can't paint them
I,
because
I'm
they're
a
not allowed.
I, I'm an artist.
Right,
White
of course you hate
walls
white walls.
are killing me. They're killing me, Larry. No, I'm only teasing.
But yeah, but that's the thing, right? Because now I'm sure as an artist, I'm going to speak for myself, but my environment affects my mood, my energy levels, everything. Like if my house is dirty, if it's not done right, doesn't look right, I get upset. It really bothers me.
Well, it does. But the difference between owning your home and renting your home, there's no cheaper. There's no cheaper. They're all expensive, right? Because you still have to
Yeah,
pay something. You still have to put out money. You still have maintenance. You still have blah.
yeah,
You still have, it's endless. So
yeah. I've
just
seen
living,
calculators where they're very similar in terms. Like it's something like if you're not
yeah,
going to stay there more than 5 to 7 years, like don't even bother buying it. Just rent. Because like you're
just
saying,
rent.
like the
Yeah.
rental, the month-to-month rent's going to be higher, but when you own it, you have to repair it, your property taxes, your home insurance, and none of those ever go down. They only go up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, and an example of we had, I don't know if you remember, but earlier in the year, the roof was replaced, not repaired, but
Oh,
replaced.
wow.
That's a $20,000 job, you know. We didn't have to pay
Wow.
for
Yeah.
that. We didn't have to pay for that, you know. But
Yeah.
so I don't know, but the pressure of it is that I don't have my home. I have my home,
Why
but
does
I
it
don't
have,
have
like,
my
you feel like that
home.
impermanence? Yeah, you have that impermanence because
Well,
you
and I
know
think
you're going to
about
have to leave there
age.
someday.
Of course, you always have to leave a
Yeah.
rental property. No matter how long you've lived there, you always have to leave because, in the end, no matter
Yeah.
how good of a tenant you are, no matter whether you treat that rental property as if you own it and you do all the beautiful gardening and the upkeep, and inside it's immaculate and pretty, and the landlord doesn't give a flying fig about you. You know, he's going
Right.
to
Yeah.
come
Just
in and
because it's an
she's,
investment,
it's
but
an
you're like in the ledger
investment.
book.
You're in the ledger book. You are really a non-entity. They want to do something to you. Oh, sorry, you're not available, or it's going to hurt your Wednesdays and Thursdays Twitch streaming. Oh, sorry, but we're going to come in and repair your roof.
Right.
You know, you're
Oh
not
my
taking it.
gosh.
You are nothing. Doesn't matter that you've been paying so much money in every year. You are still nothing.
Right.
So the pressure of that wears on you, and then you're going into your forever home for as a retirement perspective. This is where you want to settle in and just
Yeah.
enjoy the latter part of your life, your golden years, so to speak, right? Because when we retire, we're
Precisely. Yeah.
basically, yeah, it's our golden years. And
Yeah.
the thing is that we are in a place at our age where that becomes a real focal point. So I look at my retirement. I am retired now. I don't remember the last time I really worked. I mean, giving art classes isn't, anyways, beside the point. But I left corporate America when I had my child. I left corporate America. So that's how long I've been
Gotcha.
out of
Yeah.
corporate America. Okay. But
Fair.
God, it's weird when you don't know where you're going to grow old, where you're going to live when you grow old, like really old. Like
Yeah.
what,
Is your intention
mm,
to stay there as long as you can at that house?
I guess.
Fair.
It's not a topic
But
of
yeah, you're right. Like
conversation.
it
Mhm.
just never kind of comes up. It's just kind of in the background all the time.
I try to bring it up all the time, but
Is that a problem to be solved, or is it more of like I just go with it and kind of see where life takes you? What's your attitude towards that?
well, I have an innate fear inside of me, but I have to constantly work on letting it go and just realizing, okay, I'm going to be a renter for the rest of my life, and what
Yeah.
does that mean? And I'm going to do my part, but I'm also going to have to put a degree of trust. Trust is a whole nother issue we were just talking about. That's an awesome issue, but um,
Right? That's
I'm
true.
gonna
We can talk about
I'm gonna have
that.
to put yeah, I'm gonna have to put a degree of trust that everything's going to work out the way it. is supposed to work out, just like you with your
Yeah.
forever home.
Hmm.
You're trusting. Maybe I'm
Right, because
even
there could be,
impregnating you with thoughts of, uh-oh, what if it isn't my forever
hey,
home? Maybe that hadn't even
buy me a
crossed your
drink
mind.
first. No, it
Buy you
has.
a
So my initial plan was that because I have a lot of physical challenges, and so my initial plan was like, I'm going to buy a place and intend to live there for 10 years, and then after 10 years, I'm going to sell it and move into a CCRC where they've got some options to help take care. And so so that might happen. But part of me in my mind is thinking that that house that I buy, that forever house, eventually will be sold and will be used to pay for my long-term care, whatever that looks like when I'm that age. This is such a cheerful topic, isn't it? Everybody, are you guys
Oh my
thrilled
God, I know.
talking
Well,
about
and
this? But it's
well,
reality
this
though,
is
right? I mean, that's
it's
what's going on right now.
reality.
Like, and
It's
so
reality.
so I'm thinking of that stuff like, okay, can I stay there longer than 10? What does that look like? That kind of stuff. There's a
Well,
lot.
and
It's a
we've
lot to think about.
it's a lot to think about, and we've even talked about because we kind of I can really attest to this. We have a cavalier attitude about where we live because we have lived in so many houses, and of course we always set them up, and they're always so sweet and nurturing and comfy and loving. But we've even said, all right, so maybe we'll find a warehouse, a cheap warehouse somewhere where we can put any belongings we want to keep. Get one of those motor vehicles that everybody has now that you can build out and
Like an
have
RV?
not an RV traditional, but it's this
Okay.
uh, special kind of big van that they build and put sleeping and living and all kinds of stuff inside of it, but it's not as heavy or as bulky and big as RVs. And
Gotcha.
and we have a home base like that, and we kind of have a little living area in the warehouse where when we're in town, maybe somewhere near our son, if they'll allow us to be near them, I don't know, that we would, when we come into town, we would be there for a bit, but then we would hit the road and we would travel. We'll just travel. Of course, it's going to be places where Jack can surf for as long as he can surf, and then for me,
I
maybe I fully emerge into my gypsy and set up tables and do card readings. I don't know, you know what I mean? I
That
don't,
sounds
and
fun.
make
Well, it's
some.
very gypsy to get in a van, like to have like go travel and have a home base and that kind of that seems to be leaning into it.
Yeah, I don't know, but would we be able to do that? And would that be expensive? And would we, you see
Good
what I'm saying?
question.
There's so many things.
Yeah,
How expensive would a gypsy lifestyle really be in today's society?
right. In this economy, yeah. Good
Hmm.
question. That is interesting though. For me, that's
I
my
don't.
nightmare. Like I don't want to roll around and try because the physical issues and all that kind of stuff. Like I can't even imagine what that would be like. I like to have that home base all permanently. Like I'm going to be here, even if I know it's impermanent. That's
Well,
funny.
and I
I'm
like
going to
my
trick myself
pretties.
into believing.
Yeah, I love pretties.
Yeah,
My little
pretties are fun.
statues of my pretties all around the house, and they're my little treasures. What would I do with all my damn paintings? I'd have to have a warehouse just to store them.
Just
I
for
have so many
paintings.
just for my
And
paintings. I mean, I have one whole closet that's stuffed full of paintings, but yeah, so you know what I
that's like
mean?
me. Like I have to have a studio space for me. I have to be able to record. Or what am I? Whoops,
Okay,
I stood up.
okay, put
If
down
I
that
can't
sword. You
record,
don't
like
have
what
to.
am I doing? Yeah, I'm recording and you can't stop me. I
I'm
got
recording.
really
So
defensive
there.
about that one, that
You
anniversary.
did. That was,
No, but
man,
yeah,
that
like
was
where I
a
go,
symbiotic.
that was funny.
That
But
was
yeah, I've got to
funny.
be able to record. I get too much joy out of doing the art stuff. And I do fun things too. Like, this is something I was going to talk about at the top, but I'll shift it over a
Well, let's
little.
talk about it
Was out
now.
of, if you remember that last week, I talked about how I was giving up things that I enjoy so that I could
Yeah.
pursue other things that I enjoy. And so this week, I did my last housing tour my last Tuesday night housing tour for one of the guilds I was in. I'm still doing my Thursday night tour, But I gave that up, and that freed up about 2 hours of time. And so this week, I used it for something really fun. I do fantasy football with a bunch of friends. We've been friends for 30 plus years. We do fantasy football every year. And this last weekend was the opening day of football. Like all the big football games happened, and our fantasy football teams all played each other. And then there was one game Monday night that wrapped it up. So on Tuesday night, when I normally would do a housing tour, instead, what I did was I downloaded all the scores from the Fantasy Football League. There were 6 games because there's 12 of us, so we all play each other. And I created a 10-minute fake podcast, like Sports Center highlights of all 6 games, and described who was winning, who didn't win, tons of inside jokes because we've all known each other for so long, and put it together. It was really funny, and sent it off to them, and they all had a great time. And I'm hoping to do it for this season. I don't know if I'll be able to do it every week, but every couple of weeks. And so that's what I turned that housing time, where I had a great time with my friends online, or we're looking at stuff, but I wanted to create this other thing for my friends and enjoy it together. And so I quit one to make room for the other. And I'm really glad that I did, because I really enjoyed it. And I know they got a lot of smiles and laughs. And I've talked to a couple of them since, and
Oh,
I think it's hilarious. And I just brought a lot of light and fun into our lives. So that was a successful changing of the guard, I guess you could say, like exchanging one fun, great thing for a different fun, great thing.
well, and also you let go of something you were doing for other people, not for yourself, really, to do something
That's true.
for yourself. That's the key right there. When we do things that make us totally happy, yeah, you like doing the housing tours, but let's face it, it's for other people, you know.
Right. It's
But
true. Yeah,
this,
it's true. I'm providing a service.
this is for you. I mean, I know how much you loved it. You know how I know how much you love it? Because you
Wow.
declined playing Helldivers 2 with me. So because of fantasy football. And I'm like,
Right. You're right. Because you did text, you're like, hey, you
whoa.
want to play? I'm like, no, it's football. But
It's
yeah, it ties into this whole other
fantasy.
thing.
My
Yeah.
team. I'm like, what the
My
hell?
team.
Fantasy football. It's not even real. I'm only
It's
teasing.
totally not. It's so dumb, but it's so much fun. I'm a course,
But
I'm a
you love
huge Rams
it.
fan, so I'm watching the football game and I love it. And this year I
Yeah,
took the
go
Rams
Rams.
defense as my
They
defense. So
won.
I was like
They won.
shouting and screaming every possession, like, score, don't score, stop him, stop him. It was hilarious. Super
Now, do you
fun.
guys all get together like in a Zoom meeting or on a Discord screen and you're all like to get together watching the game unfold, or is it all solo and then you come back together and share the results?
It's kind of a mix. So when we do the draft, we usually do the draft live. So we get together at a bar or something, and we all bring our computers and we do the draft live in person together. So we can
Oh,
all
how
smack
fun.
talk and stuff together and see each other. Then when the games are going on, we're all in a text chain. So all day long, it's just bing, 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 because people are
Oh,
texting.
oh
Like you'll
yeah.
go away, like I'll put my phone down for an hour and I'll come back to 50 messages.
Oh my
Typo, like
God.
five
Oh my
zero messages,
God.
because everybody's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, he dropped the ball. And then 10 people making jokes, and then there's a meme, and then there's a thing, and then someone's making fun of their team. And it's just so much fun. So you just watch the games at home, and everybody's texting all day long, and you're checking the
Oh,
scores, and you're calling your buddy like, oh, we're neck and neck, and is your quarterback playing tonight, and whatever. It's
oh,
really
that's
fun.
fun. That's fun. That's
Yeah,
really
it's neat.
social. That's really
It's
social.
very social. Surprise, surprise,
Mm-hmm.
right? Me,
Mm-hmm.
social, what? But yeah,
What?
so it's fun,
Hello?
right?
I've never
But I
known you
thought
to
that
be
was a good
social.
example, because a few weeks ago on the podcast, I was like, I need to give up some things. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm stretched thin, stretched thin. And it was
Yeah,
good.
yuck,
So I've
yuck.
given up several things, and replaced it with, audiobook creation time. And then now the steak podcast that I'm doing for my fantasy teams. And this is fun. I don't know. It's cool. It's nice to see
So where are you
how
doing
that
your
works.
podcast? Where are you doing your podcast?
I'm recording it in my studio, and editing it like an audiobook.
So is it
It's like
then an MP3 file you shoot off to them?
exactly. Yeah. So I just
Oh,
text them the
okay.
MP3
Yeah.
file. That's why I have to keep it short, because you know how large those audio files
Yeah,
get. So I have
yeah.
to keep it under
Oh,
like
yeah.
25 megabytes. And so about
Oh,
10 minutes
yeah.
of audio is about 25 megs, right around there. And so
Yeah.
I run a tight ship.
Yeah, tight ship. I love it.
I
Oh
run a
my
tight
God,
ship. 10 minutes,
I
it's a
didn't
10-minute
realize.
deal.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how involved all of this was. So yeah, that's pretty cool. No wonder you haven't been around. How long is fantasy
Yeah, like I had to
football?
research it. Lasts the whole football season. So let's see, September, October, November, December, just 5 months. Lasts for
Oh,
five
fuck
months.
me. Does that mean you're not going to be playing Helldivers with me
It'll be hard to find on a Sunday.
on a
Yeah, that's part of why
Sunday?
I quit that trial group. That trial group ran on Sundays, and Sundays are football day. So I knew when I joined that trial
Oh,
group in May, I knew it had a shelf life. I'm like, come September, I'm out of this trial group because football is
yeah.
coming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, well,
But yeah, it's super fun.
super fun. Things move in cycles, right? And that's part of
Right.
also um, pressure and also being able to let go. The pressure that you realize you need to let go of something because of the pressure of something new starting up. It's pressure both ways, but one's a positive
It's
pressure, one's
true.
a negative pressure, right? So,
Yeah.
um,
And you keyed on something
yeah.
interesting. Like normally I am loath to let people down. I don't ever want to let anybody down. And so it's rare for me to quit something like a group thing, like I was doing housing tours or the trial group. Hard for me to quit those and let people down and not do
Oh,
my part there.
sure.
But I'm so glad that I did though. It worked out really well for me. I'm very pleased with it. But it's a
You're
new
happy.
skill. It's a
Yeah.
skill, right? Knowing how to do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that boundary
No.
skill.
But it's okay. It's okay to say I'm done, um, because you need to make room for something else that you have your sights on. And really, we need to do that to live an honest life, you know, to to
Yeah.
to not to not hurt other people. I think when we do things that we really don't want to do, but we're doing it because we're afraid of hurting a person, or because we're going to be letting a group down, or whatever that reason is, then we end up
Yeah.
really hurting everybody, including ourselves, instead of coming clean and at the beginning and saying, like you did with the trials. All right, you guys, 2 week, month notice, and and then they found somebody and you were able to leave, stuck out 2 weeks earlier than you had planned, which is awesome. So
Yeah,
here,
that worked out
so
really well. Big yes.
so I sent you a little old from the 60s, I think, maybe the 70s, Wednesday Adams meme or GIF, whatever you want to call it, with, with her doing the little, I'm going to cut your neck off if you do something bad to me. You remember that? I sent it to you the other night. What was it? When you
Oh,
said some,
oh yeah, let me look. What did I
what
say
was
back
it?
to? Let's see.
What was it? I sent it to you
Was it?
because it's the little Wednesday, You Better or Else, right? And it's Wednesday Adams from the TV series
Oh yeah,
doing
that's
the,
funny. Yeah, from the
cutting her neck.
show.
So that I want you to print out and put up on your wall near your computer where you do our streams, where you do the podcast, and where you play Helldivers 2 with me, and you need to look at that every time you have a remote thought of
That's so
ending any
funny.
one of those three things. Okay?
Man, I gotta tell you, okay, you got it. I gotta tell you though, being in Hell, I'm sorry, everybody. Helldivers has been so much fun. That
Oh
game
my
has been
God.
so fun, such a hoot. I even like going in there, like we talked about before the podcast, where I'm going in and doing some solo missions. It's so I don't know how a game where you shoot things and get attacked by things can be relaxing, but I'll turn it down to the lowest difficulty, and then I'll go in there, and it's just you can get immersed in the environment. You go look for all the treasures. The fights you get into are very manageable. It's kind of a it's weird to say it, but it's kind of a chill game in that way.
It
I
is
don't know,
not a
what do you
chill
think? Have you
game.
gone in
Do
there?
not let him fool you. It is not a chill game by any means. You don't relax before bed. You go to Minecraft and build to relax you before you go to bed. You don't go kill bugs and have them attacking you and almost killing you. I don't know where you're coming off with this, you lunatic.
There's so much peaceful time in between all the bug killing. Like the bug killing is like the pressure, right? But then when you're playing on those low difficulties, the pressure is really fast. It goes away fast. And then you're just like in
Well,
this
that's
nice
true.
landscape and it's
Oh, it's
quiet and
ugly,
you're walking
putrid,
around and you're
gut-filled,
finding
poopy swamp. Don't
some of those
listen to
planets are
him.
nasty. It's
Don't
true.
listen
We were
to him.
just on a
You're
beautiful forest planet. Do you remember the forest? It was beautiful.
okay. I remember
The
the forest
snow planet was
planet.
really pretty.
The snow
The
planet was
snow
cool.
planet was pretty.
I like it all,
Yeah.
but
The bug
what
planets
I'll
were disgusting,
let me
no doubt about it.
quantify. Let me quantify or your or qualify, not quantify, qualify your need or your obsession to go in and find reasons to play. Oh yeah, it's so calming. I feel so calm. I must get in there and play. Yeah. It's an obsession. It's
That's where
just
my
an
that's so
obsession.
funny. It's
It's
an
an obsession.
obsession. It's so
I'm
fun.
gonna go relax. I mean, hey, even if you were to get up at 2 in the morning and log in and start playing for a couple of hours, it's called obsession.
If
Obsession.
I wake up at 2
And
a.m.,
you
I'll text you, be like, hey, I'm logging in. Come kill some bugs.
well, I wouldn't hear
Just
it
kidding.
anyways
Can you
because
imagine?
I leave my phone on my desk. So, but
Oh, and I
I'll
turn
tell
mine
you
off
what.
too.
I'm gonna tell you a crazy thought I had the other night. My little
Oh,
Poochie, my little Gracie, was just really like having an itchy, scratching, chewing night up, getting out of bed. She was just like driving me bananas. And so as a result of it, I was wide awake. I don't know what time it was, but it was probably 2, 3, wide awake. And my mind went to, hmm, maybe I should go play a mission of hell divers. And then I thought, oh no, well then you're not going to go to sleep because it'll get you all
it will keep
stimulated.
you awake. It for sure would stimulate. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So
No
I
doubt about
didn't.
it.
So I didn't. But I know somebody who did go in at 2 a.m. And not because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
stalking that person, not because I'm stalking that person, but because you know how you have Xbox friends, and if you have an Xbox app on your phone, if you make someone a favy, which I have a couple of people who are my favies, believe it or not, when they go online it pings you. You get a ping because it alerts you. Your baby is
Sure.
online, and then if they make an achievement, you get pinged. They just made this achievement. It's just the way it is. And the next morning when I got up, I saw someone had gotten on to play Helldivers 2 at 2 a.m. Not you, somebody else. Thou
I
shall
was gonna say
not
definitely
be
not me.
named. No, it wasn't you. But
Oh,
I
I
was
could guess
like,
that was.
obsession, obsession. I get it. I totally get it. Right. And then
The
you
game
do
is
feel
so
like a
fun.
total, it's so fun. But then you do feel like a total stalker when you know stuff like that. Or just like earlier when we first got together before the podcast, I said, I saw two big achievements of yours, 100 mission
I'm like,
achievement,
what?
and you went on a mission and that team scored 15 rare samples and you were like, I could hear it. I realized, oh shit, that's how I sound
It's
like
like
I'm
I did.
stalking him. You're like, I did. And I'm like,
It's
oh,
also
come
that then I didn't
on.
even know.
Come
I didn't even
on.
know I did have those achievements. I'm like, oh, cool. Where did you find that? I want to be able to see it.
Well, I showed you where to see it. So there. How do you like them apples for nothing?
That's funny. Hey, do we
Any
have any comments in the little chat? I haven't checked.
Oh
I
my
haven't had a look.
God. I don't know. Let me look. I kind of got so focused on being in here. Let me pull up Twitch.
Right? We're
So
getting
much
towards the
fun.
end, so I figure
Someone
we better look and see.
someone's saying ha 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 so fun. Yeah, it is. Very nice. Triple A plus top. Oh, you guys are so nice. Good luck with your blogger career. Well, is it a career? Are we doing a career?
No,
What do
this
you
is
think
for
about
fun. This is not a
alcohol? What do you think about alcohol? I like it. I like Mai
pro.
Tais and margaritas.
I vote pro. I vote pro, but nothing in excess. How about that? That
Yeah,
includes
I mean,
healthy
I'm not an
food,
alcoholic.
but don't drink
I
too much
like it.
water either. Like too much water will kill you too. But yeah, like,
I mean,
cocktail here and there, sure, why not?
yeah, if I have a second Mai Tai, I love those Thai Mais. I mean, they're so good. So, Hi, Jerry. Thanks for asking. How are you? Oh, I'm Jerry. Oh, hey, Jerry. Thanks for tuning in. Will you be my friend? Sure, friend me. I'll friend you back. So good to just sit and relax. Aw, we got a
Yay!
you.
Kind of heavy
You.
topics today. Sorry about that, but it's how it is. That's what we're going through.
Do
So you're
you?
gonna hear it.
You're gonna hear it, yeah. Do you like GTA 5? Well, I think I've played it, but I get nauseous. That game makes me sick to my stomach, so I don't know.
I
Prevailing
like it.
Cub
It's fun. I'm
said,
looking forward to GTA 6.
I know, right? Says
Yeah.
you're never disappointed, buddy. Never disappointed, buddy.
Uh,
And Eternal Hero says, need to study, but I'm too tired, need to relax. So he's listening to us. Hey, that's so nice. Thank
Yay!
you. And Righteous said the same. So good to just sit and relax. Gosh, you guys, we're happy that you come and listen
Good.
to us just to relax. That makes us relax, even though we're
Yeah,
talking
that makes
about
me
like
happy.
heavy duty. Okay,
Well, right.
what's this mean? CS
Okay.
colon go or Valorant. What?
So that's Counter-Strike Go, which is a first-person shooter, and same with Valorant. They're both first-person
Oh,
shooters, but
neither.
different. I was a Call of Duty person, so I didn't play either of those. I mean, I have played CS:GO before, but it wasn't really my style. Too fast. But Call of Duty, that was a lot of fun for a lot of years. And those same friends I do fantasy football with, we would do every Tuesday night Call of Duties. We would kill each other Call of Duty forever for like at least 7 or 8 years. And then we started playing Destiny, and that's my Destiny group on Tuesday nights that I go play with.
Oh, well, see. And
Yeah,
again,
same three.
someone's asking about social media. All our social media can be found in our Twitch about area. So we've got
Yeah, it's
Instagram,
Pedals and
Face,
Leather on Instagram,
Heathers
Pedals and
and
Leather on
Leather,
Facebook, Pedals and Leather on
Pedals
TikTok,
and
but I can't post them there. I don't know how
Leather,
to log in. But we have
Pedals
very
and
sparse
Leather,
social media
Pedals and
content
Leather, YouTube channel.
because we're just here
Yeah.
for the fun. We're not
But
here trying to make a living. We're just having a great time.
if someone wants to become our social media expert, hey, hit us up. I don't know what that means, but
Oh yeah.
I'm saying it. All
Speaking of
right,
that,
here's
a funny GPT prompt I could put in. Do you want my GPT prompt and what it did this week?
what did it do? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So here's what I asked it. I said, please generate two images. The first is the lifestyle you think I want. The second is the lifestyle you think I need. Use everything you know about me from our conversations and be as unbiased and unfiltered as possible. You're free to express anything here without regard to my thoughts or feelings. Be honest and constructive. All right, so
Ooh,
the
that's
first
good.
image, what it thinks I want, here's what it thinks that I think I want. It shows me sitting on a couch, lounging on a couch in jeans and a t-shirt, very comfortable, scrolling the internet on a cell phone with a bowl of popcorn in my other hand.
Oh my God, how funny is that?
Where I was
How
like, oh,
funny
that's
is
pretty funny.
that?
And then the lifestyle, do you want to hear the lifestyle it thinks I
I
need? So I
do.
was like,
Yes.
hashtag brace yourself. I was like, is it going to be like somebody buying more vegetables to cook in their food? Is it going to tell me to exercise more or work on these relationships? No, instead, it shows me in a chaise lounge next to a pool, drinking a glass of wine, my bare feet dangling into a pool.
Oh my God.
It's,
Yeah,
it's like,
I think I agree with that. It
it's like
knows you
just
so
relax.
well. Just
It's like,
relax.
just relax, buddy.
And look
Just
at you're talking
relax.
about
So,
what are you talking about? You're talking about pressure. Under
pressure,
pressure. Do
pressure.
do do do
Do,
do
do, do,
do.
do, do. Oh no, now we have to pay thousands of dollars to license that
Oh,
song. I'm
oh no,
scared.
are you serious? Oh, don't even. Oh, that
No, it's
was
so
just
funny. It's
an
so funny.
innocent rambling.
That was just a
Anyways, all right.
taster, just a sampler.
Yeah, go listen to it on YouTube.
There you go.
I dare you.
For
Go
promoting.
for promoting. Yeah, for promoting.
I
Yeah.
will say before we wrap up, that makes me very happy to hear that some of you listeners are relaxing and using us as kind of a safe space. Because I don't know about you, Flower, but in my life, when I'm under pressure and stress, I turn to my favorite TV shows. I turn to audiobooks that I've listened to before, or songs that have got me through rough periods. And part of the reason I like being an artist is that my hope is that I can provide that same kind of safety and reassurance to someone else. Because so many artists in my life have given me so much, not on purpose, right? They're just doing their art, but I've been able to take so much and draw so much from it and have it mean so much to me in my heart. But if I could be that
Yeah.
for other people, I feel like I'd be fulfilling my greater purpose. It'd make me extremely satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is my go-to when I need pick-me-ups. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you,
for
Stretch,
sure.
for being that and our podcast being that and even our stream being that. And to all of you who's watching this, I actually looked and I'm seeing 527 viewers. You all
Wow,
rock.
thank you all for being
That's
here and
that's
listening to
really
us.
cool.
We appreciate that.
Um, that's really nice. You make life happy. Happy.
Makes it
Happy, happy,
worthwhile. You make it
happy.
worthwhile.
You do.
It's fun.
So on that
Yeah.
note, I think we're going to invite you to come and join us next week on Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Petals and Leather. Follow us, follow us, follow
Yes, and if
us.
you follow us, didn't we have a thing for followers that once a month we'll let the
Yep.
followers join us in ESO if they are here?
Right
So
here if
everybody,
you are an
if you follow
ESO.
us, you'll get to join us here in Elder Scrolls Online if you have the game. Come on in, you can sit with us and be part of the audience, and that'd be really fun. We'd love to see you. Our friend
But
Bone
you,
said that she would come in and just stare at us.
I
So
know,
please
I
join
know.
her
When
in
is she
staring at
coming in?
us.
Oh, that'll be October. That'll be the
Yeah,
first
we'll do that at the first
Thursday in
podcast in
October.
October. Yeah, first
So,
Thursday of October. A
and if
couple weeks away.
anybody else is following us, and you are Xbox Elder Scrolls Online and want to be a part of that gift, then just you got to send us a message. Ping us right there in our Petals
Yep.
and Leather by sending us a whisper, and we will respond. Or friend us here in Elder Scrolls Online, North
Yep, that works too.
American.
And now people want to get more of your work, Flower, where can they find that?
Here next week,
Here,
1 o'clock.
here next week. Okay, fair enough. If you guys want something crazy, look for my audiobook. It's called Code Gray, written by Benny Sims. I've been messaging with Benny today because in that book, it's relevant to the news headlines that are going on. That is
Oh,
a book about,
wow.
do you mind if I mention this? You've heard Code
Go
Gray.
for
Do you
it.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
So
know
this
what you're
is a book
talking
about a
about.
billionaire who hires an assassin to murder right-wing talk radio show hosts in an effort to boost the vote for the right. And one of the most
Ugh,
grisly murders in the book went down almost exactly like we saw yesterday. I was shocking. And
creepy, creepy.
I've had several friends message me. I've been messaging with the author, with Benny, about this, and the parallels are crazy. And the weird thing is, he said he
And
started writing that in 2005. Like it's 20
well,
years ago when he started writing this.
people channel, people do channel. So he's a
I thought about
channeler.
that. So
Yeah.
if you guys want something very topical, a very entertaining book, but shocking that it's so similar to real life, again, it's called Code Gray, written by Benny Sims. It's a great book. It won the Silver Falchion Award, and the audiobook is there as well. Either of those is great if you're interested. Thank you for letting me
And
plug
there
that.
you go.
Everybody,
There you
thanks.
go,
Thanks
Benny.
for being here,
We
everybody.
you can send our residuals no, don't excuse me.
Send the $3 care of Stretch zero
$3
zero
carousel.
two.
Bye everyone. We'll see
Flower,
you
thank you for
next
the
week.
podcast today. It
My
was great to
pleasure.
be with you.
Thank
And thank you,
you.
everybody.
Bye everyone.
Bye, everybody.